This is the right time to be alive and an endurance racing fan. If you are, then this is the video for you to watch. I am very surely an endurance sports car racing fan too. It's obvious most people are well aware of next year, 2023 going forward is going to be huge, golden, and bright for sports car racing in FIA World Endurance Championship and IMSA. Regardless if you're a NASCAR, IndyCar, or even F1 fan and whatever, you've likely had a taste of sports car racing at some point, and if you're just starting to grow into it, well, I got some big news to share with you fellas that are, because the elevated hype is real. So, here's why 2023 could be truly spectacular for 24 hours of Le Mans, WEC, and IMSA. I'll try to make this video essay short but simple. For starters, sports car racing is set to enter a new golden era in 2023 with new rules bringing back much needed life to a motorsport discipline that has been fading in recent years. The top level of sports car racing is bound to explode from 2023 with multiple LMDh and LMDh car entries from both IMSA and WEC. What we do know is that major manufacturers like BMW, Cadillac, Ferrari, Porsche, and Peugeot returned to Le Mans after many years of nodding off at the top level of prototype racing. The 2022 WEC and IMSA seasons are done, which means next year we focus on the grand opening of hypercar racing and the merge of both LMDh and LMDh cars, curating one big class in both series. While Le Mans hypercars from WEC is allowed to race in IMSA, we only have 4 LMDh hypercars that will compete in the 2023 IMSA series. LMDh entries will race in IMSA's returning top class GTP, which stood for Grand Touring Prototype after 30 years. It is a comeback to what has been called a golden era of prototype racing back in the day from 1981 to 1993, when the GTP cars were similar to the iconic Group C prototype cars from WEC. The class saw a clever variety of 10 manufacturers from all over the world, and the GTP series began to fall in the early 1990s due to several entries leaving the series, and after 1993, the series was gone. Now IMSA GTP returns for 2023 with LMDh and LMDh cars to compete in the same class. WEC's top class is hypercar. The only difference between them is the names, but both hypercar classes are the same as which to avoid confusion. I hope you are enjoying this video so far. Be sure to leave and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as it truly helps me produce amazing content. Thank you. Now that we got the basics out of the way, let's talk about 24 hours of Le Mans and WEC. So, what's been going on in the event lately? Honestly, it's fair to say that the last few years since 2018, the Le Mans races haven't been the most exciting in the world in terms of the lack of top leading competition in Le Mans. Even after the end of the LMP1 era in 2020 and the beginning of Le Mans hypercar era in 2021. Remember back in the day, 2014, 15, and 16 WEC seasons saw the intense battle of Audi, Porsche, Toyota, and even Nissan, the failed LMP1 car? Those were the glory days of the LMP1 era when we had 6 or more cars fighting for overall victory. We saw Audi win Le Mans in 2014, then Porsche win Le Mans 3 straight times in 2015 to 2017, and after that is when things began to tumble downhill. We must explore why Le Mans hasn't been the best race for a few years. It started when in 2016, Audi left LMP1 racing and WEC as a whole due to so high costs of LMP1H to develop, maintain, and run a hybrid prototype program. Because of those expenses, as well as the regulation shifts, other entries like Porsche left LMP1 and WEC as well in 2017. Toyota then was the only manufacturer in the LMP1 class and won every race at Le Mans since 2018, and had to fight themselves and manage issues with their cars since then. There were privateer teams, Bicols and Rebellion, but none of them was able to rival Toyota as it swept 4 wins at Le Mans and in WEC. In 2021, Le Mans Hypercar was introduced to save costs on previous LMP1H cars. The 2022 WEC season saw just Toyota Glickenhaus, Peugeot, and Alpine running their grandfathered LMP1 car in the hypercar class. At least Alpine was giving Toyota a run for their money in WEC, with Peugeot and Glickenhaus getting stronger, but Toyota has still won the first two Le Mans and WEC in the hypercar era. The top flight in WEC has suffered in recent years. The North American-based IMSA series gave plenty of excitement with the DPI variety racers for 6 seasons, where the DPI saw entries of Acura, Cadillac, Mazda, and Nissan fight for overall victory at Daytona, Sebring, and so on. But Le Mans was very lacking, and even the first 2 years of hypercar racing saw very little competition. Now we know why 2023 will see the start of something very special in sports car racing and a return to the glory days of the LMP1 era and Group C era. The hypercar classes are expanding rather quickly with new and returning manufacturers for Le Mans. We got Cadillac returning to Le Mans, along with Ferrari, Porsche, and Peugeot in 2023, and then BMW for 2024. What we do know is Audi isn't coming back to Le Mans sadly as we hoped, but that's okay because we have new entries like Lamborghini coming soon, Alpine bringing their Le Mans hypercar in 2024, and maybe Van Wall entering the field in 2023. Do you know what this means? Toyota will now definitely face a real challenge after their 4-year win streak at Le Mans with plenty of competition on the horizon. Will 2023 be the year Ferrari, Porsche, Peugeot, Cadillac, or even Glickenhaus kill Toyota? Also, June 2023 will mark the 100th anniversary of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the race of all the races on the planet that will face the largest top-level competition with tons and tons of viewers watching from all over the world has ever seen. Guys, think about this for a second. Let that sink in and have your fingers crossed. This is not a coincidence. It's a setup and well planned. You do know how exciting this is, right? My level of hype right now, especially when talking about this, is boiling right now. Deep down, it's the feeling of wanting to bounce off walls with hyperactive energy. That's how exciting this is, and you should be too. We have not seen this many top-level entries since the 1980s and 1990s, and I didn't exist in both of those decades. It's a great time to be alive and to be a sports car racing fan. The 2023 Goodwood Festival of Speed will celebrate the centenary of Le Mans with plenty of old to new Le Mans race cars, including the hypercar prototypes. They will bring classic legends like the Mazda 787B, Porsche 917, Ford GT40, and many more that are Le Mans winners. So, what else we will see at Le Mans 24 Hours in WEC? The no doubt of the stamped battle of LMP2, 11 to 12 cars in the hypercar grid racing at Le Mans for overall victory, and the new GT3 class replacing GTE Pro and AM as a whole by 2024. This means more manufacturers, more teams, lower costs, and more fantastic racing and growth of the community watching. All of those reasons justify the coming years' battle for Le Mans, and WEC could be one of the best yet that desperately needs resuscitation, and IMSA is an exception. All the exciting news is coming fast, and more will come as 2023 gets closer, so things can change between now and then. Make sure to pay attention and keep an eye out for more exciting news. If you are new to sports car racing, as I said at the start of this video, then welcome. This is just the beginning. If you're still here, thank you all so much for taking your time to watch this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and you're more than happy to give me any suggestions. Do keep in mind there are more documentaries incoming of sports car racing. Peace out, stay safe, have a happy, great Thanksgiving. See y'all after the holiday break. Chris the Radar, out.